We are here. Are there any questions that we may answer for you at this time?
So if my eye is hurting, is that a time that I should be stopping and channeling?
Yes, you will receive information, whether it is through meditation or channeling. For you, it seems to be the same way, but if it is a persistent, more getting stronger over time, then you should go into the channel, deliver the message. These messages should not come at inconvenient times. It should be made available as you do this practice where you gather and say, okay, we're going to channel today. But you will be expected to channel on your own, but it should be at your time frame, at your schedule. It should not be something that comes upon you when you are indisposed and cannot have the availability to properly record your message. So if it is occurring at those times, it is an overwhelm of energy. It is perhaps a time for you to deal with the overwhelm. You may be able to, if you are able to record the information, you can try the channeling. It's never going to be consistent. It's different symptoms of different occurrences. So if you are able to try to receive a message and share it, obviously that is something you should do, but that's not always what these signals are from.
Thank you.
So I have
They
a
are
question in
very
regards to
inconsistent.
some of the experiences I've been having physically. So a blinding right eye, getting blurry off and on randomly, and my right forearm is starting to heal. But do you have any comments in terms of why those are occurring to me at this specific time?
The right forearm is your signal. It is your indicator. It is your pullback. By pullback, it means you were traveling down your path in a direction that was not in your highest good. So you were given a physical symptom or a pullback or an alert to warn you. Ideally, it would have been best for you to turn around and go back down the path to the fork where you took the wrong turn. Although you know there are no wrong turns, there are just less desirable turns because you are slowing your progress by taking this path over that path. Are you aware of that concept?
Yes.
So in this case, you took a fork in the road that was not of your highest good, and you had to have a physical condition placed upon you in order to limit you and tell you, we do not want you to be here, but if you choose to be here, you will be here under these conditions. So the arm will remain, although it will physically heal, it will still alert you with physical sensations when you stray off of the path where you are supposed to be. Although you do have free will and you can take any path you wish, in this situation, this was a path that you chose that was not most beneficial for your growth. So it is just taking a winding road around where you were trying to get, and it will just take you a little longer to get there.
Okay, understood.
But you had to have those physical conditions placed upon you, because had you not, you would have gone over a cliff, so to speak, and you would have not allowed yourself to have the growth opportunities had you not taken on this task.
Understood. What about the eye? What's the
The
eye telling
eye
me?
is a symbolic feeling similar to what Perry is going through. It is your upgrading of your body. It is your shifting frequencies. It is simply as your bodies are being upgraded, you are being fed these lines of energy, is the most simple way to put it. Imagine a laser beam of energy being focused on a point in your body. It is being focused on your eye when you feel those sensations. You may also feel a similar sensation in your ear or on your body in your heart chakra. It depends on the upgrades, or everybody is at different places on their path. So your specific feelings may be slightly different from somebody else's, or they may be similar, because it depends on what you have already received or what you need to receive. What you need to receive is based on what you are providing in your situation with Nathan, in your situation with the channeling and the delivering of messages, but also to do with your healing work, the facets and modalities of healing that you work with that are being jump started or energized so that they will be more accessible to you than they already are. It is almost the result of more practice. So you have been practicing this modality. Now you have reached this higher level of connection, and it is allowing you to receive the energetic beefing up of your body, so to speak, so that it can handle this higher level of healing that you will be putting out, healing energy that you will be sharing. Because the body's, imagine the body was an electrical plug that is your standard 110-volt plug for your home, and now it has been upgraded to a 220-volt plug for the home, so you have that ability to receive and put out more energy.
Okay, understood. Um, what's the explanation for the lack of feeling like I need to channel? Like I'm not feeling any urge to sit in front of a camera. I'm not feeling a physical sensation like I typically would, say, with Jasper coming through with a little bit of pressure in my chest. So it's very quiet. Is there any purpose behind the quiet right now?
You are going into a different mode of existence, somewhat as this vessel did with the tall goddess mode of spirituality, of existence. It's similar to that upgrading where you are losing some of your humanness. You are losing some of the ego. You are losing some of the emotion. You are not as affected by drama as you have been. You will notice yourself becoming more mantid like, where you are not as up and down on the emotional roller coaster as the human version of you is. So this is something that is changing in all of you, and you're all at different levels again. So there will be some that still struggle with overwhelm of emotion or ego feelings, but as you raise your consciousness, those will fall away. And that is what you are experiencing at this time. You will notice yourself being less emotional about things, and it is not anything to be concerned about. It is a form of reward. It is us removing some of your human burden from you, because you are elevating into that upper dimension where that human emotion and human density is not necessary. It is a different way of existing, but you will become accustomed to it, and you will understand that it will serve you more as you work with more people. You will not be as affected by their energy. Energy vampires will be repelled from you. They will not be able to attach themselves to you or to usurp your energy. They will be repelled as if you have a mirror around you. You will not be as empathic to others' emotions as you have been in the past. You will understand their emotion, but you will not have it become a part of you. You will not have it attached to you. You will not experience it in the same way that you used to.
Less stickiness.
I have a question for you. And when I woke up the other morning and I was meditating and I heard that my pineal gland was crystallized, how crystallized is it? I guess. What can I expect if I try to decrystallize it?
Imagine a frozen pine cone. As the ice thaws, the pine cone becomes more vibrant. It is no longer encased in the ice crystals. That is what you are experiencing. You do have a clear channel and connection to other dimensions. However, you will notice that you are not fully freed of all of the burdens that you should be freed of. And that is where you are experiencing this crystallization of the pineal gland. Remember, the pineal gland is a part of your physical density. So there has been a toxicity in your physical density over the course of your life that has compounded and basically engulfed this gland and encased it in this crystallization. As you detoxify your body and as you become less human by more meditation, by dropping the human behaviors. But a large part of this will be solved by detoxification. There are a lot of issues with heavy metals in some bodies, and that is something that contributes to the calcification of the pineal gland. Physical products that you use on your body, such as hair shampoo or chlorinated water from the tap, or different laundry detergents that contain chemicals, some dishwasher products that leave a residue on the dishes that you eat from, different bottled water that you drink. Plastic bottles may have residue of plastic in the water. So something that you can do to help alleviate these toxicities in your environment would be to set your intentions. You may have heard of putting a good intention of good emotion or love or intention into a bottle of water and changing the structure of the water crystals. That is something that you can do by simply drawing a happy face on the bottle of water, or you can hold it in your hands and say a loving prayer with intention. It is the same as if you were to speak to a plant in positive words as opposed to being negative to a plant. If you ever do the experiment, you will notice the plant that you speak negatively to will not be growing as healthily and happily as the one that has positive reinforcement. We are all energy. So the energy is affected by toxicity. So wherever there are toxins in your environment, even your deodorants, everything you put on your skin is your largest organ and it does absorb everything. So that is something to be educated about. Your food that you put in your body, as it goes through your body is a filter. As it goes through the filter, your filter becomes clogged with toxins. If you don't detoxify and flush out the toxins, it does cause residual buildup of these different toxins in various parts of your bodies. Your children of the 1960s and 70s got mercury fillings. That was a heavy metal poisoning. There were children that grew up eating tuna fish sandwiches that were carrying heavy loads of mercury in their bodies. So there are numerous different outside forces that are working against the human body, which all collectively cause this compilation of toxins in the body. So you may educate yourself about it, but it would be beneficial for you to just do basic detoxification. You could look into products for the body that aren't full of toxins. Most of your name brand products in your stores available for purchase are toxic to the body, and most bodies can handle it if they are on a plant-based diet or if they drink a lot of clean water, but most people do not. And most people are dehydrated, which means they are not flushing toxins out. So their body becomes even more clogged. So I feel if you will study about educate yourself on the products you currently use on your body, your toothpaste, your deodorant, your makeup, your shampoo, your soap, your water, and see what you can do to get that cleaned up for you, and then work on your intake into your body, your diet, your food, what you eat, what you drink, to make sure that you are meeting what your body needs you to meet. And the best way to know is to ask your body. It will tell you.
So that's what I've been doing over the last year. We've channeled information about how to get our human bodies detoxified, do all those things. And every time spirit tells me to do something, I do it and I move through all those things. My question is so cacao came into my feed, and if I I'm wondering if I decalcify my pineal gland more than it already is, am I going to be able to handle that? I'm a
Yes.
little worried.
There is nothing to be worried about. There is no worst case scenario. Any
Okay.
calcification on the pineal gland that is removed is beneficial to you. What you will notice in your whole being is you will still continue to channel very clearly as you currently do. However, you will notice that you are sometimes weighed down by human emotion or by fear. And that is what will fall away for you because you will be able to exist in a state of pure love, which when you live in a state of pure love, there is no room for fear. So anything that you have fear of today will not exist. You will literally be afraid of nothing because you have the knowledge and wisdom within you. However, the blockages in your body are creating different feelings, emotions, concerns that are dragging you out of your higher dimension and into your three-dimensional world, which is where all fear exists. Because fear and love are the only two emotions. And where there is love, there can be no fear. And where there is fear, there can be no love. So when you find yourself in that balance or that imbalance, bring yourself to alignment, knowing there is nothing to fear. Because what is the worst thing that could happen to you? If it could be that you die, you know that what happens after you die, there's nothing to be afraid of. So
Don't
you've
mind.
now removed the worst case scenario. So what is there to fear?
It's not about me being afraid of dying. It's um actually I guess I'm kind of afraid of what I will be capable of now. And I'm I'm wondering if my pineal gland, I feel like it's been cleared. And if it's not, and there's stuff still that's held back, that makes me go, whoa, okay. I still
What
got
is
work to do.
you do have much work to do. What you have to remember is it took this body decades to become this toxified. 1 year is not going to be enough time for that body to detoxify. So, although you have made great strides, there is still much time for your body to be able to remove those toxins. It is a process that will be going on for the remainder of your physical life. However, you have to understand that there are so many environmental toxins that you are exposed to on a daily basis that you're detoxifying one thing and you're still taking in toxins from another source. So it's a balance, and it is a project that your soul came here to experience. So there will be no instant fix and say my pineal gland is completely opened. It will be a time consuming process for it to decalcify. It is a very sensitive operation, and although setting intention will help, most humans don't have the direct intention in order to do it energetically because they get discouraged when it doesn't work immediately and they stop trying. So then you must resort to the physical detoxification of the products and the food and the water. That will help it as well. You do have the ability to energetically detoxify your entire body. There are people that heal their bodies of cancer or different things, broken bones, because they are so focused mentally, but it is a very, very difficult thing for most humans to do. And maybe 1 in 500 are capable of having that type of mental focus. So those that are not able to get that mental focus will have to rely on the physical means, which would be the detoxification.
Thank you.
And you should not ever be nervous or fearful of what could happen because you understand that all of your connections are from a place of love. You do not allow concern or worry because that is a form of fear, which will lower your vibration. We want you to remain in high vibration where you are fully protected, where you have no negativity or no low vibrational energies available to you because it's simply not an option. That is why it is important to remain in that high vibrational state. Even if you are not feeling 100% happy that day, do your best to force a smile. Do your best to meditate and allow yourself to connect, because you raising that vibration is your shield of protection. And when that vibration is low, if you're having a bad day or you're not feeling up to your normal self, that opens the door for that negativity to kind of cling on to you. And then it's just more steps that you have to perform in order to get back to where you should be. So there's
Very
nothing
true.
for you to fear. You're going to be perfect. You are perfect. You just have to remember how perfect you are.
Thank you.
What's the state of my pineal gland?
Your pineal gland is also calcified, but that is the condition of most human pineal glands on the planet. You are in a similar state of peri. You are somebody who has toxins in your system from your growing up, from your entire lifetime. You have done great things to remove that toxic load. You do still carry some, but again, don't feel the need to overwhelm yourself with, I have to fix this now. This is a gradual process. This is a mindset adjustment, a behavioral adjustment that as you change your belief system, as you improve your diet, as you increase your hydration, as you make sure you get quality rest and proper divine connection through meditation, this will all right itself. So there are aids and tools that you can use in order to physically facilitate it. But if your mindset is strong enough, you may fix it through energetic healing. But again, that is a very highly focused intention that most humans are not able to continue. They may have a session and be very focused and have a lot of success, but it may not be enough to reverse the damage in that one session. So it has to be something that continues on with a momentum that will grow with a daily disciplined practice.
So, because I can do energetic healing for myself, are you suggesting then me just doing a 5 minute, once a day practice where I focus my energy into my head where my pineal gland is with the intention of decalcifying it through energetic means in conjunction with what I'm trying to do physically?
In your time, the 5 minutes is not nearly enough time. This would be something that would be concentrated on for 1 to 2 hours per day if that was what you wanted to do,
I
which is
understand.
just not realistic for most people.
Yep, fair enough. Now, the other question I have is in regards to what I feel is my next calling in terms of my development, and that is the platforms out there, the websites out there. I'm now available. And in order to be available, so to speak, as a channel for the people that I would be able to help, that practicing my presence of mind is the most important thing now. Would that be an accurate statement?
You are being strongly encouraged to network. You need to speak to people. That is one of your burdens to overcome. You have put yourself on the internet. However, you are still somewhat of a closet case because you are not as open as you should be outside of the home, outside of the internet. You need to make personal contact with people. You need to attend events, expos, fairs, gatherings of people of like-mindedness, and you need to make yourself available in person. And that energy is what will help your website grow. You have a beautiful presence that is online, but you must overcome the hurdle of speaking about it in person, face to face with another's energy presence with you. This is what is going to be a bit of a hurdle for you, but we understand your openness and willingness to allow your messages to be heard, but the human contact is going to be something that is going to be your next process that you must undertake.
So I don't have an issue with talking about my history, my experiences, the content on my platform with anybody. What I'm finding is that there's just no networking available. It's, in other words, I don't feel like I've turned something down out of fear. In fact, I feel like nothing
No,
has presented itself.
you haven't found the opportunity because it's not going to present itself. It's going to be something you should seek to a degree. Perhaps check your local area for groups that gather of like-mindedness. It could be something like a book club. It could be something like a social gathering. The people that you need to network with will be brought to you as you put yourself in the availability to attend these outside events. They may not necessarily be a group of channelers, but they could be a drumming circle. They could be a Reiki circle. They could be a psychic shop where you speak to the owner and see if there is something that you can offer, perhaps a free Reiki circle once a month, where you have a gathering of people that are interested in the spiritual and you perform a Reiki ritual. That is a good way to meet people of like-mindedness. It is not risky. It allows you to feel their energy and read their energy so that you can understand that you are of like-mindedness and would be a compatible conversationalist with this person. But that is your next challenge, is to put yourself out into the public with other humans offering your services. Perhaps you might find a group that does the CE5 contact, the Dr. Stephen Greer contact group, and get in touch with some of them and find out if they would like to have a night of channeling where you are on stage and you invite some friends to come in, somewhat as you do with this video group, but you're doing it with the human energy present, because that is what will get you to be well known. And as people see or experience your offerings, they will then seek you out on the internet. They will read your website. They will purchase a session with you. But you need to have this ability to meet people in your physical realm that have an interest like you, because they will be the ones seeking you out as this disclosure event occurs. It will be more comforting for them to say, hey, I met this man at the coffee shop and we had a conversation and here's his website. The human connection is what's missing from your entire practice at this time, meaning new people coming into your circle.
Okay, I understand. If I can find them, sounds like I will go.